Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina. We're so happy you are here and welcome to our guests in their virtual studios. Tina, how are you today?
Fabulous. It is Fabulous Friday here on the Angel and Tina show, and we have some fabulous guests for you. We have a genuine cowboy in the house. Daniel, why'd you take your cowboy hat off?
I had to put it right back on.
Oh,
Kind of messes up my hair a bit.
You gotta do your little Michelle Teague is in the house.
Hey everyone.
Hey,
It's
Michelle.
a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Michelle, where are you coming from? Where are you at?
Outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I actually live right around Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. So it is a beautiful day in my neighborhood.
Wait, Mr. Rogers lived in that area?
Yes, Mr. Rogers lived just north of me. He grew up in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
I just watched that movie and it was such an interesting movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys all, is that how you greet each other do you guys say that? Is that a thing?
No.
No?
I'll say actually, in downtown Latrobe, there's a beautiful park there, the McFeely Park, and there's a statue there of Mr. Rogers, and you can sit down next to him because he's sitting on a park bench, and you can sit down and get your picture taken with Mr. Rogers. So yeah.
Really?
How
Really
very fun. So it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and it is the neighborhood.
I have that song in my head. Thank you, Michelle.
You are most welcome.
I didn't see the movie. You saw the movie?
I just seen it, like literally, like I think it was last weekend we watched it, and it was a very slow movie, but it was interesting seeing it in the back, the back of the scenes and how he was like really Mr. Rogers in the back, like in real life, and it was
such a trailblazer, right? For the time, and I don't think people realize, and it's kind of neat now to go back and unpeel like some of the history and see. I've seen like him addressing Congress, right? With and it's like I didn't.
And one of the things that I didn't watch it as a kid because I wasn't that old, but my kids watched him, right? And so you see all the things. One of the things that I was like, oh, that was him. Yeah. So like the little bear, like all the little people that was in there was mostly him. Huh. It was like all his
the
voice.
Puppets. Yeah.
Except for and even a couple of the women were him.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, that was him.
That was him.
Tina, you could totally do your own puppet show and do all the voices because you've got
like a Jersey voice. I can have a Tennessee.
And she has all these ranges that she talks in. You could totally do your own. I love it. All right, so I've got this window
neighborhood.
We took down my backdrop because we've got our house on the market today. We have our first showings today. And so this window is kind of weird to me.
No, it looks like it's a Zoom background. It really does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It almost looks like it's looking out onto the ocean, but it's fuzzy.
Well, that's what
like a beach house.
What she is. She's at the beach right now.
Oh,
I heard that because then she'll soak it in.
I'll take that. I would love it. Man, if I was quarantining, like looking out at the ocean right now, I wouldn't get anything done.
You definitely wouldn't get anything done because I'd be like, because remember when I went to the beach for a couple of days, it was so hard. I was like, oh man, I gotta be on the show at 11 o'clock. That means like, half my day is gone and I can't go down.
Right? All this work stuff taking up all my day. Daniel, where are you at? I'm
in Memphis, Tennessee. So right there in the little corner of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. He's in Memphis, Tennessee.
So we just took a road trip. We drove from Denver to Florida. My kids live in Orlando.
Yeah.
And we just took a little road trip. And you can totally tell when you cross over into Tennessee, like the billboards and just like everything shifts.
Good old time. That whole time you rode through Tennessee, you're like, oh, because she's a country music fan.
I do. I love my country music. Yeah. And when we would sometimes have layovers in the Nashville airport, and they always have live country music.
Yep.
I just soak that up. I'm like, if we're gonna lay over there,
so I can see the whole concert.
I need a few hours. To soak this in. So
I'm unpopular opinion. I love layovers. I really do. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just seeing the hustle and the bustle of everybody in the airport. And, for me, I love a good 3-hour, 4-hour layover. But
are you a people watcher, Daniel?
I am someone who likes to sometimes sit back, sit in a restaurant, and just eat and enjoy my time in the airport.
What's the airport that has the rocking chairs? Is it North
Baltimore.
Carolina?
It's Charlotte. Charlotte has
BWI
rocking
has
chairs
them.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got
Charlotte has this big old huge corridor with the
Mhm.
windows, and they have rocking chairs all down that looks out.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I see people. I mean, of course, I live here, so I don't have a layover here. So I'm like, I see people. I'm like, oh, that's so nice to sit in the rocking chair. And I'm
It's like Cracker Barrel.
yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
trying to get to my next thing. But I'm definitely a people watcher. I like to sit there and be like,
I have never met anybody, Daniel, that likes layovers, right? We always
I
like
do.
nonstop flights. Like, oh man, we gotta stop. It's gonna put an extra 3 hours on our day.
I like a long layover. I don't like either, because then you're like, then I gotta sit there for 3 hours.
Well, we've gotten so spoiled, right? I can be from LA to New York, right, in a few hours, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Remember when we all went in quarantine? When I was going to San Diego, like I had like 4 stops. They kept like rescheduling me, and I'm going, oh my god! It took me like 14 hours to get to San Diego, and then coming back, I barely got out of San Diego.
Oh
Like they were
no.
closing up at 4:00, and my flight was leaving at 12:30, and I was like, oh my god. And I went to Washington, D.C. for 3 hours. I went to Newark for 3 hours. And I finally got home like at 3:00 in the morning. And I was like, Jesus. But there was like nothing to do in any of these places because it's in the middle of the night. So I just sat there and going, oh my God, I'm going to die.
Well, I don't like middle of the night layovers or anything like that, but give me a cool 3-hour break. It's good.
Yeah, he schedules them. He sounds like he schedules his, Tina, right? Like, I'm gonna have. Okay, so what? Like, do you have like a favorite airport you like to lay over?
Dallas, DFW.
Of course he did. Of course he does. Oh.
That's a good.
It's just so big. There's so much to do. It's always busy. Yeah.
Lots of good restaurants there for you too.
Yep, that's it. Least favorite is
So the big question is, do you wear your cowboy hat when you're traveling?
No, it's a home thing.
Oh,
It's
you
home
don't
thing.
wear it out?
Some people have said I look good in it.
Some
Said,
people.
but
Angel, what's your opinion on that?
I think every man looks good in a cowboy hat, right? It's like, okay.
He likes her, Mr. Eye Candy, to wear his nice little tight jeans, his big belt buckle, and cowboy hat.
Yeah, Jay doesn't actually own a cowboy hat, but we did buy him some cowboy boots a few years ago. And man, those things are sexy, right? Like they are just like.
So Jay, if you're watching,
throw me over the top.
What Angel likes.
He's out mowing the lawn right now. Oh my gosh, I'm a little flushed. So so a few years.
Sexy too, watching a man mow the lawn though.
That's pretty sexy, right? So yeah, he was actually fixing something. I heard him like fixing something in the house a couple weeks ago, and I stopped what I'm doing. I'm like, and I'm pouring some coffee. I'm like, I'm not gonna miss watching out on this. Like this.
Like this. Keep going.
Yeah. So many years ago, my sister was getting married. Let me think. She's probably been married 17 years now, something like that. And it was it was in the middle of the summer when they all had to go in. The guys all had to go in and get fitted for their tuxedos. And my husband is going in. My son, he was. I think Michael was. He wasn't even 2 yet. So that's 20. I guess she's been married 20 years. Anyways, it's summer. So all these guys were coming in like in tank tops and shorts and flip flops, like they'd been washing their car, playing at the park, right? Because it's hot, it's summer, it's a Saturday. And so they're all coming in just looking sweaty, nothing, right? But then they'd come out like in their tuxedo, like in that 3-way mirror. So to get all fitted and it was like this instant transformation, right? You take any guy and you
body makeover.
You put him in a tuxedo and game changer, right?
Why were you there?
Because Jay and Michael were getting fitted. Right?
She was there for the show.
Yeah. Right. Ladies, you want a good time, go and hang out at the tuxedo fitting rental place on a Saturday. Like, they all look good. And it didn't matter how scruffy they looked, right? When they walked in, ball cap backwards, like the whole thing, armpit hair hanging out, like gross, right? Like the whole thing. But they would come out in their tuxedos, and it was like a total game changer. But put a man in a cowboy hat and cowboy boots, same thing. Like, they're taller. They
For
just
some people.
oh my gosh, like, yeah. I just think that's pretty sexy. So,
Yeah.
all right. So that's enough.
It turns Angel on now, so you all know to stay away from Angel when you're cooking anything, when you're, over there fixing the shelf. Poor Jay.
Michelle, is there a beau in your life?
There is my husband Jim.
Okay.
He and I have been married. It'll be 23. 23 years this month. And
wow, happy anniversary.
Thank you. I agree with you. Tuxedos, they do something. I mean, like you said, they can make any guy look good.
Yeah.
So guys, if you want to impress your girl, that's what you do.
Our first date, mine and my husband's very first date, was his sister's wedding. And Jay was.
He asked you to go to a wedding with him on your first date?
Oh, Jay was such a player. Yeah, but he went to the wedding, and I had to work that day, and so he picked me up to take me to the reception, and he picked me up in a tuxedo. I mean, I was just a goner from day one. Like, that's like not even fair, right? Like, just not even fair.
So has he ever worn the tuxedo with the cowboy boots and hat?
Oh,
look, she said no.
Well, he doesn't own a hat, right? I've never seen him in a hat.
So we need to get him a hat before you leave Colorado.
Oh, actually, that's not true. He does have a hat. We wear them when we go to Mexico. Like, that's kind of like our thing. Like, we wear our cowboy hats.
When you go to Mexico?
Oh yeah, totally. Like, yeah, that's our thing. We actually bought them in Mexico, right? Like, that's where we got them. So.
Oh my
gosh, I have no idea how this conversation got so.
It's because of Daniel. You're all flustered and red, and your cheeks are up.
I'll tell you this: I don't own any boots, so when I work, I actually wear sandals. So you can't see my feet right now, but I wear sandals.
Please tell me you don't wear socks with your sandals.
Oh no, I'm barefoot, but I wear my Budweiser sandals every single day.
Okay, but like, do you have closed-toed shoes that you ever put on?
Yes, I have many different shoes, but I just don't have any boots.
Yeah, cowboy boots. That's I don't know. They just
with that hat.
Something about it changes your posture. Like, kind of like how a woman, when we put on high heels, it totally changes like the posture and the shape of your legs. Like, yeah, it does something. I
don't know what I'm gonna do when I put my heels on for the first time, because I haven't worn heels in 10 months.
Okay, so last night
I'm a heel person.
I went to dinner
in heels,
and I put high heels on. Girl, I was tripping all over the place. Stumbling as I'm walking, and I'm like, you almost fell off the curb, like stepping down.
It's like you're 14 again and 15 again when you first started wearing heels.
It was like clunk, clunk, clunk. I did not know.
That is gonna be me. That is totally gonna be me when I put my heels on, because that's all I wear are 4-inch heels because I'm so short and I try to be, taller.
Oh, you better put some on in practice.
Yeah, Michelle? That's totally gonna be me.
Michelle, when was the last time you wore heels?
Oh, it has to have been, I want to say it was February. We had a dinner to go to, and you're right. I think that was the last time that I wore heels, and I don't know. I mean,
you better practice, ladies. If you haven't been wearing heels, you better practice, because you're gonna look like you're 12 again, practicing mama's heels. If you haven't worn earrings for a while, you have to poke those holes in for a little bit, because I had to do that.
Well, I told my husband while we were in quarantine, I told him, I said, at least twice a week you need to put on a pair of jeans. Otherwise, you're going to get to the end of this and they're not going to fit.
Cold, right?
Exactly.
Daniel, you've got jeans on. Do you put jeans on every day?
Every day, unless it's a very special occasion which I need to dress up for. But yep, jeans and a
Jeans.
polo or a button down and my sandals and a belt, of course.
Yes. Do you have big buckle belts?
I used to, but I grew out of them and I just never replaced them. But yeah, no, it's yeah, I haven't worn high heels and can't remember. I don't know that I want to try.
I'm gonna definitely be having a hard time. Angel, I wish you would have videotaped you walking yesterday. That would have been hilarious.
I didn't know I wasn't gonna be able to do it. Like it was just
like, what the heck? Did your feet feel? You know how when you go ice skating or like roller skating, you take your ice skates off and you're like,
yeah,
feel kind of weird when you got out of them?
No, I mean, we walked in from the restaurant, like from the parking lot to the restaurant, sat down, right? It wasn't like I was doing a lot of walking, so it didn't feel too weird, but yeah, like I was kind of just clunky. And then
you weren't very graceful.
The curb, right? I kind of lost my balance a little bit. And yeah, they were just like I was a Clydesdale, clonk, clonk, clonk. Right? Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let's get to know our guest just a little bit better today, although I think we're getting to know him pretty well.
Right. Yeah. Because, Daniel was talking about how he doesn't wear high heels much. Yeah, he was just telling us, he hasn't worn high heels in a very long time.
Just sandals.
He would have that on his bio.
Oh, it might be. I'll have to see if it's there.
Like, I might be.
Great. Well, let's start with Michelle. She is the owner of, she's Michelle Teague, the owner of A Teague of Your Own. I love the play on words there.
Thank you.
Independent consultants with John Maxwell team who help people and organizations grow from where they are to where they want to be through training, speaking, and coaching. Leaders reach out to us when they are struggling with team members not communicating with each other, when they're aggravated with the thought of not having people ready to fill management or supervisory roles. What really keeps leaders up at night is the conflict that prevents their team from working together to accomplish the organization's goals. They typically help with these kinds of challenges. Michelle is an experienced and highly sought after trainer, speaker, and coach, several years of experience working as a corporate trainer with multiple companies, also works with many coaching clients in both in business, academia, and in government. And she says that right now change is all around us and most people resist change because they do not want to leave their comfort zone. And girl, you are speaking to the choir. I have molded myself to this chair for the last 7 months. And I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to get out of it. So lots of change, right? How are your, this is like, we've had more change, more upheaval, disruption, I think, than ever in like our lifetime, our parents' lifetime. Mm-hmm. These are some crazy times. How are you guys like navigating through that?
It is crazy times. And one of the things that people have to remember is change has always been happening. Change has always been occurring. It's not like this is the very first time we've had something happen to us and has kind of knocked us for a loop. Change has always occurred and it always will. So this will continue, things will continue on in the future. It's how you react to it. It's what you do with the change that is happening in your life and all around you. And you got to get out of your comfort zone because what you're doing now isn't necessarily going to work for you in the future. And you need to continue to grow. You need to continue to change your approach. You need to change what you're doing because what works now won't necessarily work in the future.
It's the reacting thing, right?
It is the reacting thing.
Whining, right? Complaining, getting our tribe together and going, this isn't right. This isn't fair. Right. And so what are some tips like on reacting to change that you teach and walk your clients through?
We hear a lot, and I know you guys hear this a lot. We've always done it this way.
Oh, right.
How many times have you heard we've always done it this way?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the reality is that may not necessarily be the case. I worked in accounting for years, and literally when I first worked in accounting, we used pencils, mechanical pencils and paper, and that's because we didn't have computers to do all the work for us.
Yeah.
Now we do. So we haven't always done it this way. Things have changed over time. It's just you're comfortable doing it this way.
Right.
So some of the things that you need to do is you need to change your mindset. You need to be aware of what's going on around you and understand, hey, while you may have been doing this for a while and you're very comfortable doing this, if you want to continue into the future, if you want to be successful in the future, you're going to have to change the way things are going. You're going to have to at least keep up with what's going on in the world. I mean, think about your cell phones. Think about, everybody has smartphones these days, but 15, 20 years ago,
we had the little flip phones.
exactly. And there are still people with the little flip phones because they decided this is it. This is where I'm going to
You don't know about those little flip phones. You were too young.
I had a Nokia brick.
I had a blue one.
Yep.
And those things were so clunky. They were so.
That thing did not want to break at all, no matter how much I threw it.
Throw it.
Literally. Yeah. And think about the only thing you could do with them was to make calls and receive calls. You couldn't do anything else with them.
And you can only do it at certain times because other times were like $3 a minute. So you had to wait till like 7:00 at night or on the weekends to make your phone calls.
Exactly. And whereas now you don't even half the time that you're using your phone, it's not to make a call or receive a call. Most of the time you're on that, you're surfing the web. I use mine to take a ton of pictures. Heaven forbid I should ever lose my phone because all the pictures of my dogs and my kids and my husband would all be gone. But that's it. We use it for so much more. And that's because of all the changes that have occurred. And we've adapted to them. We've embraced them. And that's what you have to do with some of the other changes that are going on out there. If you just say, nope, not doing it, this is where I'm jumping off. I've done enough. I've learned enough. I've made enough change. This is where I'm staying. The world's going to pass you by.
Sorry, it's just funny because there are people that really do. They're like, I'm done, I'm good, I'm out, right?
They do, and it can happen in different parts of your life. I mean, one of the other parents, when our kids were in kindergarten, and this several years ago, when our daughter was starting kindergarten, you go through orientation and you get to meet all the kids and you get to meet the parents and you get to meet the teachers. And I can remember this one lady, she had very, very long, dark, black hair, and it was striking. I mean, it's just, I can still picture her now. Fast forward to senior year in high school, we're at graduation, she still has the exact same hair, dyes it as black as she can. It's still very long. It reminds me of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark is what she reminds me of. And she did not
sometimes, and I say that to Jay, I'm like, I've got my Elvira on today, right?
And she refused to change her hair. I mean, we can do it with that. We can do it with clothes. My in-laws, God bless them, I love my in-laws. They still are, founding members of Members Only and still wear their Members Only jackets. So people can jump off of, I like to call them like the fashion train or the education train or the career train, where they jump off and they decide, all right, I've had enough. This is where I'm going to stay. And that doesn't do you any good in your professional life. It doesn't do you any good in your personal life if you don't continue to grow and change.
Right. And you see so many of that right now. You've seen a lot of businesses that couldn't change fast enough or wouldn't change, and now they're closing down.
Exactly.
They couldn't go to online, or they couldn't go to delivery, or takeout, or whatever it is, and now they're closing because they couldn't keep up with the change. They didn't want to change, and so I think you have to
You do.
up with the trends, and you have, right, especially right now, everything is such an online thing.
Oh, yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to go online, otherwise your business will die.
And when you think about in the past, some of the companies, I mean, there were leaders out there. Think about Blockbuster.
Right.
I mean, for years, all of us went to Blockbuster on a Friday. You'd go to Blockbuster, grab a couple of movies, pick up a pizza, and that was going to be your weekend.
Right. We have to turn
Blockbuster,
back in on Saturday night.
exactly. They refuse to change. They refuse to go online. They refuse to make any of those changes, and now they're out of business.
And Redbox took over.
Yes.
Right.
And
We've seen some really corporate giants who couldn't pivot and couldn't shift. Right? And I
correct.
think that's one of the benefits of really being a small business, and how is that you're a little bit more nimble in making those adjustments and changes. And even right now, I mean, even larger companies, what they are doing is out looking for those smaller companies
Yes.
to buy up, because they know they can't shift and make those adjustments fast enough. So really setting yourself up as a business to, anyways, that's a whole nother conversation about strategies and selling. So Michelle, I don't know, is there like
are your thoughts up there?
I know, I've like got my thought bubble, like what should I say? I do that. People say that, they're like, Angel, what are you looking at? And I'm like, apparently that's what
my roommate does that too. She goes like this, and I'm like, and she starts laughing because I'm like, what are you looking at?
Doesn't everybody kind of like look up, like when they're thinking about something? Is that just a weird me thing?
When if you're a visual learner, that's one of the things you will do, is you will look up there to remember what it is that you're trying to say.
Yep. Pull out like my little files, right? And
yes.
I don't know what I was
going to just say it again.
I'm gonna look at you. I'm just gonna look at you. I don't know what I was gonna ask you now. What kind of learner? Okay,
look back up in your thought bubble and see if you find it.
It's there. I could go get it.
Okay.
I could go get it if I wanted it to.
Okay.
I forgot.
You can tell it's Friday.
Yes, you can.
We get a little bit crazy on Friday.
Well, we're so excited because we've been working all week, and now it's the weekend and it's here. Do you have regular hours, Michelle, that you've been keeping?
I do. Usually in front of my computer. I'm on the phone at sometimes as early as 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, usually till about 5, 6 o'clock at night. And I've been working with a lot of customers, a lot of my clients. It's funny that you're talking about pivot. One of the John Maxwell books is called Leader Shift. And right now I'm doing a training with a local manufacturing company on that, because they need to be able to pivot. They need to be nimble. They need to be able to move quickly. So yes, I am available.
I love that, Leader Shift.
Yes.
And with the John Maxwell stuff all behind you, lots of great resources that you can provide to your companies or to your clients, right? And so what a benefit. Do you have how do they get in touch with you? How do they contact you?
Best way to do that is go to our website, and that is atigueofyourown.com. And they can actually set up an appointment there. We can set up a time. We can give them a call, figure out what it is that they need to help grow either their business or themselves, and get them from where they are to where they need to be.
And then you're speaking on the Comeback Champion Summit, yes?
I sure am. That's in about 2 weeks from now. It's the Comeback Champion Summit, and go to comebackchampionsummit.com. I know Shay Brown was on here not too long ago talking about it, and there are all kinds of excellent speakers there. In fact, I know Tina's on there, Angel, and you're on there, and just wonderful group of speakers, all different types of topics, and it's free. So go register. Yeah.
It is free, which is super exciting. And I think I love the concept of the comeback champion, right?
Yes.
Falling down, having some setbacks, having some challenges, but rising up, right? Yes. Or losing everything, but recreating it. Like these are, and I think right now that message where people need that inspiration, need that hope. If they feel like they've lost their way, not really sure, how am I going to recover from these
Exactly.
shifts, right? These are people that are sharing their recovery after bounce back, after breakthrough, right? And what did he say? The comeback is better. What is the
The comeback is stronger than your setback.
yes,
Yes.
that.
Yes.
And
Yep.
that guy
And
drops some quotes and mic drops, right? I mean, he's just like soundbite after soundbite after soundbite. He's just totally awesome. So you get more of Michelle at the comebackchampionsummit.com, comebackchampionsummit.com. Get your free tickets today. Over 100 stories of inspiration, hope, and triumph that are just going to light you on fire at comebackchampionsummit.com. Well, let's introduce Daniel, get to know him a little bit better, a little cowboy over there in the corner. I'm super excited.
She's still flushed.
How to get out of runway mode and skyrocket your online business to 7 figures. He talks about how to rapidly scale an online business from 4 figures to 7 figures using simple marketing systems. He's a passionate storyteller, business owner, self-acclaimed chef from Memphis, Tennessee. And over the past 4 years, he has skyrocketed sales for dozens of incredible online business owners by managing their online marketing systems. He's made his clients millions in online revenue, and he's realized that there's something even bigger at play. And his mission is to impact the lives of 1 million people over the next few years. You know what, Daniel? That's just 100,000 impacting 100,000, right? And you've got your million. He says, doing so will fuel my drive to see others given a chance to succeed and flourish. But it's not just Daniel devoted to this mission. It's the mission his clients buy into when they work with his company, along with his incredible team of 20 people from around the world. And as of Q3 2020, they have helped improve over 18,000 lives from the work they perform for their clients. And he says, we are just getting started. Daniel, I'm so excited you're here today.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Daniel.
Thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to get to wear my cowboy hat, and y'all appreciate it for sure. But yes, yeah, you know, I want to start out by saying this, and this is really my philosophy on the way I do business and the way that I want my clients to do business too. And that's income is simply the byproduct of the impact we create through the value that we give. I'll give you a short little example. If I'm over here talking funnel strategies or email marketing strategies to my wall, I'm giving it value, right? It has no impact. It's not living. Everybody knows that. And so therefore it won't provide me income. But if I'm out here talking to you all, or if I'm talking to my clients or prospects or anybody, and I'm sharing actual value, I'm sowing into them, it provides the impact that they need. And in turn, down the line, reap what you sow, income.
Yeah, like a little mic drop right there, right?
Yeah, so it really does reap what you sow, because what you give out, you get back tenfold.
Yes.
So it's giving value and giving value and giving value and giving value. It's going to come back to you.
For sure, for sure. And, you know, with my company, Be Known, you know, that's really why we focused on a profit share model. And Tina, I know you're a little familiar with that, but really, I want to come into a situation, an engagement, and be there for them and not sit there locked into something that's like, well, sorry, we didn't get your results in month 1, 2, 3, because we know that it takes time to get going. It's a flywheel. And if the flywheel is turning, you got to turn it faster, faster, faster. And so that's why we're there for them long term through our model. In my opinion, it's the best model. I don't know why other agencies don't do it. Maybe they're just not that confident, but we love it and it works.
And so how long have you had that model?
So actually,
and did you create it? Was this your brainchild, or did you see it from somebody else?
So I actually have studied Jay Abraham's tactics and strategies for a long time. And he talks on the methods of preeminence, meaning that you are the utmost authority, expert, leader, guide in your field. And so the way he has grown companies from little to $30 billion over his clients is he's used very creative strategies. And some of those being joint ventures, partnerships, profit share type of relationships. I said, well, you know, I think I'm pretty good at what I do. You know, we have a track record. if the business meets certain qualifiers, I would be glad to come in and say, look, there's not really any risk up front. Let us do what we try to do best. And if it works really well. So it's not my brainchild. I don't want to sit here and take the credit for it, but it is something that I've been perfecting over the past 3 years now.
Okay. Right. Okay. So, today, right now, people are like so aware that the online business, like doing business online, is so much more
Yes.
necessary than it's ever been. Like we were forced to, so
Yeah.
for folks who are kind of shying away from it and I'm not comfortable with it, not using, not leveraging, like that's for
Yeah.
that's for somebody else, but not our company. Now we're being forced to. What are some of the shifts that you're helping kind of guide your clients through right now to make this transition if they weren't really capitalizing on it before?
There's kind of a reason I'm wearing this cowboy hat right now. And I mentioned it earlier, and it's because we're in the wild west of internet marketing. Everybody's hopping on their horses and going, whether they have a horse, half a horse, or no horse at all, they're going. And the reason is because technologies change, meaning we have certain circumstances and changes in life. Technologies change, but human hearts do not. So we always want to consume at a very base level. I mean, gosh, that's a whole nother conversation. But some of the things that people need to be doing, whether you're in a restaurant business, whether you're a coach, whether you're selling custom pins on eBay or whatever, you really need to follow 3 different activities. And this is at a very core level. This is what we focus on. And first, you need to get attention. And that just means you need to get traffic, get clicks, get eyeballs, get visitors, get attention. Attention is sexier than saying clicks. That's why I like saying it. Then you want to push that attention to a system. And a system needs to be simple because simple sells, right? And simple, you can call it a funnel, but system is sexier than funnel. So push them into a funnel and think about it logically, right? If you're trying to get somebody to book a call with you, don't send them down a rabbit hole of buying 8 different things before you get them to book a call. Come out and say, look, I want to book a call with you. I'm looking for my next dream client. Have a 5 to 15 minute video, tell them what's up and say, look, if this is you, let's talk. At the very least, you'll just get some pointers from me. At the very most, I can help you out. And then finally, once you push them into the system, you want to follow up consistently. And the fortune is truly in the follow-up, right? And that is email marketing. Email marketing. And let me say it again. Email marketing. Please.
I'm sorry. Should we be sending emails? Email is dead, right?
No. You know who says email is dead? The people that don't want you sending emails. Because they know that it works. And it's simply a mathematical equation, right? Because I talked briefly about the profit share model. In our business, we have certain qualifiers. I consider what we do business growers or scalers, not really foundation builders. And for us, an email list is simply a mathematical equation. We know that for each person on a list, it's about $10 on average for each launch we do or monthly recurring revenue. So, it really comes down to that. Get attention, turn the attention into purchases, conversions, booked calls, whatever you want to do, and follow up consistently. And be sure to follow up consistently. One of my mentors.
You guys have heard that before. Maybe from the client retention expert herself. Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up.
Yes. And I'll tell you this. This is a conversation I've been having a lot these past couple of weeks. And this is from one of my mentors, Dan Kennedy. And whether he got it from someone else, I heard it from him first. But he said, there's only 2 reasons why people don't keep buying from you. Number 1, you make them mad. Well, he said a little more harsh than that, but this is a public show, so I'm going to be nice.
It's a morning television show, so.
You make them mad, or you stop offering things for them to buy. And so if you say, okay, great, just like Michelle said, they get stuck in the rut complacency zone, as I like to call it. You say, all right, I'm good. They bought my $297 course, or they bought my $20 pin. Great, because that's our core competency and we don't want anything else. No, it's 10 times more likely for someone who has bought from you before to purchase again. Find something to sell to them. It doesn't have to be your one-on-one time. Find something else. Bundle it, package it, dice it up. Come on.
Oh,
That is actually really
like my
brilliant.
marketing partner.
Right? Like have something else to sell to them, right? They are not buying from you. Come up with something else. Like
Create
something.
products that your clients want and need. Ask them.
We are content creators. Like we are always reading and learning and developing, learning and doing. Like we could teach that and we could create something.
And that's
for
why
them.
you and I created the Tickle Pink Media and Marketing Package, because people were asking for it. People were begging for it. And we were like, we need to create something. And then people said, well, how do I stay on top and be #1 bestseller? Well, we created a package for that too.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you asked, right?
I'm
But
so glad you know me.
it's listening. And Michelle, you talk about this too. Like it's listening to your team, it's listening to your clients and staying proactive, being willing to change, right? Being able to create something to continue that sales process with them. And so there's a lot of brilliance, a lot of good juicy nuggets being dropped here this morning. I need to take just a quick moment and talk about our sponsors of the Angel and Tina morning show. And so while I'm pulling that up, Tina, you want to do anything? I
Is
don't
there
know.
anything?
Actually, I have it. I already have
We
it.
can just talk to Daniel with his little cowboy hat on.
I
think
know.
Nope, I'm
we need to take
open
a
book.
I think we just need to take a picture of Daniel, so then that way Angel has a little happy moment all day long. Either that, or we can get Jay a cowboy. I'm surprised that Jay does not have a cowboy hat.
Okay, hold on. I gotta stop share. Hold on.
She's like, hold on.
No, wait, like I'm not into Daniel.
I know, but just the cowboy hat.
No offense, Daniel. I know I mean, you're just charming, right? You're like charming. Like
I know she has Mr. Eye Candy himself.
yeah. I'm sorry, Daniel. Like Tina.
What's Jay's address? I'll send him one.
Oh,
Send me a message and I'll
would
send him
love
one.
it.
Yeah. I got mine. I call him Mr. Eye Candy, right? I got mine, right? So love you, Daniel. You've been a fabulous guest. But Tina, I don't need a picture of Daniel, but maybe Tina might. Maybe we can bring Tina to the other side and bring her to the cowboy way.
I'm not sure about that one.
Well,
I think Angel just needs a picture of Daniel's hat is what she needs.
Yeah, just the hat.
oh, okay.
Just the hat. In fact, I think we just need to get Daniel, send Jay a hat, because that is what he needs.
All right. Fabulous guests today. Wouldn't you agree, right? This is what makes the Angel and Tina Morning Show so much fun and so special, and the place to start your day. We are definitely the bright start to your morning. Thanks to Michelle and Daniel for coming in and talking to us, sharing life, laughing, totally unscripted. So we're so grateful for you. Thank you so much for being a part of our show, but also our sponsors. This show is made possible by our fabulous, incredible sponsors. Bliss by the Lake Boutique, our clothing sponsor. Ladies, it's time to shift up your fall wardrobe. Check them out online, follow them. They ship to anywhere in the globe, right? Bliss by the Lake Boutique. Also, Zandra TV Network. If you want to watch the Angel and Tina show on demand, or any of your favorite shows on demand, the Zandra TV Network, it produces some amazing programs, including our show, and I think like 13 others are actually releasing their new programs this fall on the Zandra TV Network. If you've got a podcast, you've got content, and you want to take it and create your own production, check them out at beonztv.com. That's beonztv.com. Start your affordable global marketing experience today. And of course, ZTV Network is hosting the Navigate Her conference that starts today. So go online and register and get your tickets, get your VIP tickets to attend the Navigate Her conference starting today and going through tomorrow. And if you're just feeling a little overwhelmed, too busy to get it all done, well, here's our secret. Don't hire a VA or a team of VAs that will help you do what you do best and hire out for all the rest. You can go to sonicva.com, sonicva.com. And when you mention the Angel and Tina Morning Show, they're going to give you a 10% discount off your first 40 hours of VA service. sonicva.com. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our fabulous guests here today. Daniel, thanks so much for playing with us with the cowboy hat. I just think you're such a good sport. Like my son would totally do that. He's such a good sport about stuff like this. Daniel, what are you most excited about coming down the pike, like in the next 90 days? Like we are less than 100 days till the end of the year.
Yeah, we actually just had a really good September. One of our clients, Tina knows, Michelle, she hit her first $1 million in gross rev mark, which is absolutely amazing. She's so wonderful. We love Michelle Cunningham. But I'm really looking forward to finishing out the year strong and really honing in my vision for what I call the sphere of attention. So we all know that you can go out there and run Facebook ads and YouTube ads, but what I want to do is I want to create a sphere of attention, meaning we have different clients all over the place, right? A portfolio of clients, and they can cross promote each other. And so it's a self-sustaining flywheel. And that's really the 12-month vision here. Just finding the correct and appropriate businesses to enter an engagement with, and then putting into them the sphere of attention mindset of, look, high tides raise all ships. So together, let's rock and roll. So that's what I'm most excited about.
We are so excited. I mean, Michelle is just on fire.
Yeah.
Right? That girl is just absolutely, and she came on, and Tina just started fangirling because of all the pink, right? Like totally fell in love with her. Yeah, she's got some pretty exciting things. And to hit that 1 million mark in 18 months, right? Most small businesses, right? Fail, close, shut their door.
It's her brand. It's not a company, it's not a network marketing company. It's not a product. I mean, it's Michelle Cunningham's brand that hit it. It's her business that hit it. And that's what's exciting,
Yeah.
I like that.
I know she was on, but she started selling CDs, and we said, look, it's going to take you 15 years to make $1 million. Let's do something else. We helped her structure different things, but yeah, I'm just so excited for her. But yeah, it's been quite a journey, quite an adventure with COVID and Corona this year. But at the same time, I'm very excited for the next 90 days and also 2021. It's gonna be great.
How about you, Michelle? What are you most excited about in the next quarter coming up?
I'm most excited about helping my customers and helping a lot of people out there to figure out what direction do they want to go in. A lot of people have been stuck, and they need to get some forward momentum going. And so I'm really excited about helping them in the coming years get together their plan, helping them figure out a way to execute it, and just seeing how much growth we're going to have in the coming years, and keeping that positive attitude. Like you said before, you put out there in the universe what you want to get back to you. So making sure that people have that positive growth mentality, and just get out of your own way sometimes is what you need to do, and let the magic happen. And that's what I'm really looking forward to.
You said, we actually latched onto this quote: become obsessed with what you want, because you get what you think about most of the time. And so we were saying that all the time. And Tina actually had this cup made for me, right? And so she is the queen of follow-up. She is the queen of gift giving, absolutely, right? And retaining your clients, building those clients for life. But truly, like, what are you focused on? Where do you want to go? It doesn't take years, right? It doesn't take years. We've watched businesses completely pivot and shift and elevate in just 90 days. You can completely turn your business around, right? Leveraging the right people, right? The right processes, the right systems, creating that profit. You do not have to sit there and wallow and struggle, right? And so, yeah, become obsessed with what you want. I was telling my son the other day, he went to the dentist and he got his teeth cleaned.
He wasn't obsessed with that?
And I was like, you need to be obsessed with keeping your teeth clean. And he's like, I know, Mom, become obsessed with what I want. I mean, he wants to be an actor.
Your whole family is going to adopt this saying of ours.
He wants to be an actor. I'm like, you on the big screen, right? Your mouth is going to be like on HD. And so, yeah, I got a thing with teeth. So
I do too. I have a thing with teeth. But you have nice teeth, and
it's probably probably one of my largest personal investments is,
Yeah.
you know, 'cause this
Yeah.
this takes a lot.
This takes a lot to get nice and straight and white.
Well, and your smile is your calling card. I mean, people, you need to be able to smile. You need to be able to show the world how happy you are, and yeah, your teeth make a huge difference in your life. Yeah.
People will say, Angel, you got, like, you're always smiling. I'm like, well, I paid for that smile. I'm going to show it off. Oh, from braces, right? All of that stuff as a kid. So we are excited to be the bright start to not only our audience's day, but also to have this platform. Tina and I created this out of the pandemic, right? Let's just have a place where we can all come together, be that rising tide that Danielle talks about, and have this community and this collaboration. And we've been able to build this incredible community on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. When somebody wants to launch something, they want to celebrate an event, they want to celebrate an achievement, this is where we start. Like, let's do this together.
You're there. Good morning, America.
We've had over 200 guests on the Angel and Tina Morning Show just since
Over 250. Yeah.
Just since April. When we started, we thought we were just going to do this for a couple of weeks. The world was going to get back to open, but it didn't. And so we were able to shift and to pivot and really take the lead and be the answer to what people were looking for, right? We want exposure. We want connection. We want to share life. We want to still feel like we're together, even though we're physically apart from each other. And we've had people from all over the globe. We are an international production, right? Where we've had Scotland and London and Australia. Right? Buenos Aires. We've had Canada. It has been such a blessing to have this production and to do this. And then Zondra TV to come on board and say, let's stream it. Let's syndicate you on these global streaming networks. And now we've launched the Tickled Pink Media and Marketing Package. So if you've got something you want to launch, go big, right? Like, put your Texas hat on and like go big.
Your Tennessee.
Tennessee hat, right? Well, Zondra's from Dallas, right? And
true, yeah.
The big D is Dallas, right?
Put your cowboy hat on.
For us, we say the big D is distribution, right? Create that audience, create that awareness, and add value, create that impact, and do it in a really big and fun way. So if you guys are interested in getting more information about our Tickled Pink Media and Marketing Package to launch your business, your book, your brand, your app, your movie, you can text the word ANGEL to 26786. That's the word ANGEL to 26786. We'll get you some information. And of course, you can get started with your complimentary media starter kit when you go to my website, makeyourbigimpact.com. Truly, you've got a legacy, you've got a story, you've got intellectual knowledge. You can be a content creator. Yesterday, oh my gosh, we're chatting about where's all my notes from yesterday? She was so amazing. Talking about taking inspired action every single day.
Yeah.
Right? Aspire to say yes, even if you don't feel ready. Like,
Yeah.
Even if you don't feel like you have it completely pulled together, say yes, because when you have faith and you take action, the world shows up to support you, to guide you, and to create miracles. Sign up for the Comeback Champions Summit. It's free, comebackchampionssummit.com. Attend the Navigate Her conference this weekend. Navigate Her with the Zondra TV network. Like, there's so much good stuff.
So
Daniel,
much.
how do you want them to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Facebook. Look for me, Daniel Pope. My profile picture is in front of the Memphis Pyramid. It's not a Bass Pro Pyramid, whatever. Or you can go to beknowntoday.com. That's BEKNOWN today.com.
Wow. And you know what? On Tuesday, we have our eighth summit coming up, our 8th Connect Virtual Summit. Oh my God, I can't believe we have had 8 summits already. And then I'm looking at the calendar and I know it's October, but then I look and I'm like, it's October. It's October 2nd. Like, it just has flown by. So October 6th is our next Connect Summit. It is from 1 to 6 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you grab your ticket. We'll put the link below. It is a free ticket to think. I mean, there's so many things. And Navigate Her today. Angel and I are going to both be speakers on that. the Connects Virtual Summit on Tuesday. Angel and I, of course, your host on that. Michelle Cunningham is a keynote speaker. Domingo Silvas is another keynote speaker. And then the Comeback Champion Summit. There's so much going on. You cannot make an excuse for why your business is not growing, because you can attend these things and implement these strategies into your business to help your business grow. I'm Tina Torres, your client retention expert, otherwise known as the gratitude specialist. And if you're struggling with building your audience, finding the right clients, or even retaining those clients that you already have, I have a complimentary guide that I help you grow your audience organically, online and offline, connect and nurture those relationships authentically, like Daniel was talking about today, and then take those relationships and turn them into paying clients. And you can grab your free guide if you text the word connection to 26786. That is the word connection to 26786. We are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. And we are so grateful to you, our audience, for being our loyal fans. And we hope you brought a bright start to your day. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Daniel, Michelle, Michelle, you guys are rock stars. It is Friday. The weekend is about to begin, and you guys are about to have some fun. But don't forget, navigate her, Connect Virtual Summit, and then in 2 weeks, the Comeback Champion Summit. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you guys on Monday.
Thanks, everyone.